At least 5 people have been killed in a mass shooting in the US city of Milwaukee. The attack took place at the headquarters of the Molson Coors Brewing Company. Police are saying the shooter is dead. Shia Bertansi has more on how the incident played out.
Soon after 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Milwaukee police arrived at the sprawling Molson Coors brewery and corporate offices where over 1,000 people work. And there they found the body of a 51-year-old man, a Milwaukee man, dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound, and 5 others also killed. All were employees of the company. No injured were found.
Meanwhile, in China has reported 433 new coronavirus cases on Thursday, with 29 additional deaths. The total number of confirmed cases in China has now reached 78,497. The number of new deaths, however, is the lowest for a single day since January 28th. In Europe, France has reported the first death of one of its citizens. The authorities there said Wednesday that a 60-year-old man died in a Paris hospital, making him the second person of any nationality to die from the virus in France. The country now has 18 confirmed cases. Brazil announced its first case on Wednesday, and this was the first time the virus has been reported in South America. Nearly 2 months have passed since the first COVID-19 report in Wuhan, and it's now on every continent in the world except for Antarctica.
At the University of Nebraska Medical Center, the first human trial for a coronavirus treatment is underway. The first patient, one of 14 cruise ship passengers from Japan, now undergoing treatment in Omaha. Eventually, 400 patients will be in the trial worldwide. The nation's health experts caution a vaccine may not be widely available for 12 to 18 months. The latest numbers from the CDC, 60 known coronavirus cases in the U.S., though that number is expected to grow. The HHS secretary on Capitol Hill.
The risk right now is very low to Americans. From a public health perspective, we technically are in a state of containment in the United States.
At Holy Name Medical Center in Teaneck, New Jersey, the medical staff is already preparing.
A California state lawmaker is introducing a new bill which may shock you. It would make it easier to compost dead bodies. The lawmaker says that it's an eco-friendly alternative to traditional burials.
Natural organic reduction is an after-death method that offers a little more life.
And it's allowing to take our body and compost it so that then we can use that compost and that soil to grow trees.
Assemblymember Cristina Garcia sponsors the newly proposed bill that would allow composting of human remains. The company Recompose, who pioneered the method, says it's a clean alternative to your traditional funeral arrangements. If everyone in California chose natural reduction, the state would save 2.5 million metric tons of CO2 over 10 years.
A chapter closes in the tragic case of a grandfather who accidentally dropped his granddaughter off a cruise ship. Salvatore Anello has decided to enter a guilty plea to negligent homicide in the death of 18-month-old Chloe Weigand. Last July, she fell from the 11th floor of a Royal Caribbean's Freedom of the Seas cruise ship docked in Puerto Rico.
The deal is that he gets no jail time, that he serves a period of probation, that he's able to serve the probation in Indiana at home as opposed to doing it in Puerto Rico.
It's been a heartbreaking saga. Anello claimed that he held Chloe up to a window to bang on the glass, not realizing that the window was open. She slipped out of his hands. This is surveillance video showing Anello walking toward the window with little Chloe. You see him lift her over the rail. The next moment, she is gone.
We'll start with this now, where rescue officials have found one of the 9 missing crew members after an inflatable boat capsized in Cape Town in the early hours of this morning. Now, the person has been taken to hospital for treatment. 8 more crew are still missing as rescue operation continues there, but the cause of the incident is still unclear. But the missing men are believed to be fishermen.
Well, Dumelo, 2 now people were airlifted by the rescue services. We know that another 2 they managed to swim on shore in the early hours of this morning.
والله أهم شيء المتابعين وين هذه الصفرة فيها شوف نحضرها.
And we have some breaking news coming in. India has been invited to be part of the Afghan peace deal. India has been officially invited by Qatari government to be a witness of the US Taliban deal, which is scheduled to be signed on 29th of this month. That's breaking news coming in. India has been invited for Afghan peace talks. India to be witness to this peace deal. It's going to be a landmark deal.
There is new tension today, and it's unfolding in Tyendinaga near Belleville. Police dismantled a blockade there just a couple of days ago on Monday. That blockade had stopped trains from getting through for nearly 3 weeks. But today, well, the demonstrators are back. I've got to look for you at what's going on right now. Demonstrators are not on the tracks, but as you can see, they are near them. And today, there was an incident where they were throwing burning tires and a burning wooden pallet on the rails, even as the freight trains were passing through. In one instant, this train actually came to a halt. You can see officers there. They're on the other side of the tracks, and there was some sort of communication happening, and then both sides moved to their respective areas of the track. We saw several officers and protesters just standing and watching.
Did you know there's a gun salute for the Lieutenant Governor after the throne speech? Neither did Tom.
Stuff like that. They say they've been seeing these protests blockading
Wait. Look, here, slow motion.
Oh!
Oh, man. How are we going to top that? Oh, poor Tom. And Charles, who was on the camera, you could tell he got a little surprised by that.
The camera shook a little bit.
But
you'd be forgiven for thinking the photos we're about to show you are a prank. A bright pink manta ray gliding around the Great Barrier Reef. We can confirm he is real, but very elusive. He's only been spotted 7 times. Dr. Kathy Townsend is one of the researchers trying to find him. She joins me now. Kathy, firstly, I have to ask, have you seen him?
I've been in the water, but I was not near him when he came past. But my other team member, Amelia Armstrong, she got photographs and a skin sample from him. So the team has definitely seen him.
Incredible pictures. How did you manage to get the skin sample?
So we often do biopsies, which is takes a tiny little skin sample. It's less than a centimeter, a little core. And we use that for genetic analysis and stable isotope analysis.
From her breakout season at the age of 17 to her 5th Grand Slam title 10 years later, Maria Sharapova was one of the few true superstars on the women's circuit. Sharapova shone as a youngster despite the emerging dominance of Serena Williams, whom she beat in the 2004 Wimbledon final. Their ensuing rivalry meaning that the American and her sister Venus had some genuine competition for their haul of titles. Born in Soviet-era Russia but crafting her talent in Florida, her worldwide appeal sparked Maria mania among fans and the media. But after becoming one of the select group of players to clinch a career slam of all 4 major titles, her tilt at a second Australian Open crown in 2016 ended in scandal.